In arms over the Labor Department's Nurses for Vaccines offer to the UK and Germany. The Health Department will include veteran broadcaster Mon Tulfo in its probe into smuggled vaccines. Tulfo earlier admitted that he was inoculated with Sinopharm, along with other government officials. Citing a global shortage, the Health Department says the target completion for the country's mass vaccination campaign might be pushed back. Hog shipments from Mindanao have started arriving at wet markets in Quezon City, but pork retailers say that supplies are still inadequate. And in world news, Japan has appointed a minister of loneliness amid rising suicide rates in the country. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Malacanang insists that the government does not tolerate the use of smuggled vaccines, even after one of those who have been inoculated confessed that he consulted with the president. Maricel Halili with the full report.
The Health Department will now include broadcaster Ramon Tulfo in its investigation into unauthorized vaccinations in the country.
But as to those people who are using the vaccines without EUA and also suppliers supplying vaccines without EUA, ito po ay illegal at maaari po kayo masanksyon at mabigyan ng penalties because of this.
In an interview with One News to Chiefs, Tulfo admitted that he already received shots from Sinopharm even without FDA's approval. He added that he even had a meeting with President Duterte and let a Sinopharm representative talk to the chief executive.
Sinopharm, may ang pagkakaalam ko, may application na sa FDA. In fact, si Pangulong Digong nagsabi na gusto niyang magpabakuna Sinopharm in public.
Well, actually,
Sinabi niya mismo sa akin yan.
But Malacanang spokesperson Harry Roque did not confirm this and refused to answer whether he finds this revelation alarming or not.
Wala po akong reaksyon dyan dahil sa panahon ng pandemya naintindihan ko po na talagang maraming gusto talaga magkaroon ng proteksyon, pero ang sinasabi natin sa lahat, antayin po natin na dumaan sa proseso for our own.
Recall that no less than President Duterte revealed that some members of his security group have already been inoculated. Still, Malacanang insists that the government does not tolerate the use of smuggled vaccines.
Wala pong ganyang pulisiya dahil kung may ganyang pong pulisiya, siguro commercial quantity ng kumalat ng mga bakuna na hindi na-aproban. Pero inaantay po talaga natin ang aksyon ng FDA sa mga bagay-bagay neto.
For its part, the FDA reiterates the health risks for using unauthorized vaccines, noting that Sinopharm has yet to apply for an emergency use authorization in the country.
Kaya nga po iniimbestigahan siya dahil talaga nga po hindi naman po maganda na nalalaman natin na may mga ganitong mga nagpapabakuna ng hindi po dumadaan sa tamang proseso.
Only 3 vaccine manufacturers have so far received EUA from our FDA. These are Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Sinovac. For News 5, Maricel Halili, we are One News.
The United Kingdom says they have no plans to enter into a so-called vaccines for nurses deal with the Philippines. Despite this, British Ambassador Daniel Cruz vowed to assist the Philippines to access COVID-19 shots through the COVAX facility. Labor Secretary Sylvester Bellier III earlier expressed confidence in the arrangement, noting the president's support. But Palace spokesman Harry Roque said the chief executive has not been consulted on the matter. In an interview with One News Now, Jocelyn Andamo of the Filipino Nurses United said that nurses should not be treated as a commodity. Andamo noted that they want the deployment cap to be lifted, but that it should be based on merit.
Sana we are not treated like barter goods. We should be respected as professionals and like any other human resource.
The Health Department says the target completion for the country's mass vaccination program could be pushed back. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres cited the global shortage of COVID-19 vaccines. The government was originally aiming to finish mass inoculation by the middle of 2022. Vergeres said that at best, 70% of the Philippine population could be vaccinated within the year.
when we did our vaccine deployment plan, nakalagay talaga dyan hanggang 2023 ang phases natin for us to cover the entire population that we are targeting, which
The Health Department logged more than 1,200 new COVID-19 infections today. The total caseload now stands at 566,400, nearly 31,000 of which are still active. Meanwhile, 22 COVID-19 patients died overnight, pushing the death toll to around 12,100. Total recoveries now stand at more than 523,300, with almost 400 new survivors today. We'll have more stories after this quick break. Stay with us. You are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Hog shipments from Mindanao have started arriving in wet markets in Quezon City as promised by the Agriculture Department. But retailers are saying that the supplies are still not enough. Shyla Francisco joins us now from Makati for the details. Shyla, what else are retailers saying? Why are these supplies from Visayas and Mindanao not enough?
Sean, pork retailers at wet markets in Quezon City have started receiving hog deliveries from Calabarzon as promised by the Agriculture Department. But according to the vendors, the supplies are still not enough. Retailers in Commonwealth Market and Mega Q Mart said that hog arrivals should be doubled to ensure that retailers can comply with the price ceiling. As of today, the DA has issued 250 notices of complaints to those who violated the pork and chicken price caps. The DA earlier admitted that hog deliveries for Metro Manila are being diverted to other provinces not covered by the price cap. The agency said that this has affected supply in NCR despite the regular shipments being sent. The DA also noted that the Task Force in Economic Intelligence has yet to finalize the reports on manipulators jacking up prices of pork. In an interview with One News' The Chiefs, Pork Producers Federation of the Philippines described as a waste of time the government's probe into the supposed price manipulation by pork producers. Pro-Pork Vice President Nicanor Briones said no dealer will dare to hoard products amid the African swine fever scare. The group added that shipments in Metro Manila are limited because of the price ceiling, which discouraged producers from sending hogs as they fear further losses. Pro-Pork is now planning to ask Malacanang to stop the implementation of the 60-day price ceiling. Other pork producers such as National Federation of Hog Farmers is planning to seek Malacanang's help if the DA pushes through with its plan to recommend the importation of 400,000 metric tons of pork under the Minimum Access Volume Plus. They said this is double than the country's expected shortage and might flood markets with supply, which can further affect local production. Sean, for his part, Agriculture Secretary William Dar said they will have to wait 1 month after the implementation of price cap to assess whether there is a need to lift it. Sean?
Thank you for that update. That was Shyla Francisco joining us live from Makati. And here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. The NDRRMC says that 4 people are still missing after the onslaught of Auring last week. The agency also recorded 2 injuries and 1 death from drowning. Pasig Mayor Vico Soto has been named by the Biden administration as one of the world's anti-corruption champions. Soto is among a dozen individuals who, quote, demonstrated leadership, courage, and impact in preventing, exposing, and combating corruption. The U.S. State Department said that the 31-year-old mayor is a standard bearer for a new generation of Philippine politicians. And golf champion Tiger Woods is currently awake, responsive, and recovering after sustaining multiple injuries from a car accident in California. Woods' TGR Foundation says that the golfer has already undergone a long surgical procedure on his lower right leg and ankle. And elsewhere in Asia, Japan is taking extra measures in addressing a pervasive problem of loneliness. The country has been dealing with a rise in suicide rates since the onset of the pandemic. Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga has appointed Tetsushi Sakamoto as his cabinet's Minister of Loneliness. Suga was inspired by the United Kingdom, which created the same post back in 2018. Sakamoto has been tasked to put forward a comprehensive strategy to address mental health issues, including creating a team dedicated to interagency communication and hosting emergency forums with different advocacy groups. For those with mental health concerns here in the Philippines, 24/7 hotlines are available. You may reach out to them at 1553, 0917 899 8272, or 027-989-8727. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao, and we are One News.